Hey, what's going on, everybody? Sorry, I've been a little slow to respond and MIA the last few days. Like I had said, we had a pretty bad flood the other day, and so you can see behind me, everything in my basement has been shoved in a corner. So Emily usually has a studio here in this area that I'm repairing, and I'm going to be redoing the entire basement, unfortunately. A bunch of water rushed in, and I'm not sure about depending on where you're from, but here in St. Louis, we have sump pumps. So essentially when water goes like on the sides of your house and underneath, it has a way to pull it out through here and then leads to the street. Well, that is not powerful enough. That little 0.25 horsepower pump is not powerful enough to pull all the water that was rushing into here. So we've had to repair the floors. So this is kind of a project I've been doing in between work, and I'm on my lunch break right now, for instance, so having to do this right now, unfortunately. But I'd put a primer down to basically prep the floors and then painted multiple layers over that. And unfortunately, one section had a little bit of bubbling because there was a little moisture underneath, probably left over. You can see here I'm repairing it. And that made me think of an analogy. You know, I like analogies. So I could have left it, I could have left this repair. I noticed there was this issue with the floor, so I painted the whole floor. And then it wasn't perfect, right? So there were still issues, and I could have just ignored that issue, right? Like this section here isn't very big in the grand scheme of things, and I could have done nothing with it, and it would have worked okay. It wouldn't have been ideal. And over time, it would get worse for sure, just like kind of the car analogy that I had spoke to. So I think this is similar to how I felt when I first started trying to fix some things about myself that I wanted to improve, especially with friendships and things like that. I think when I first was working towards making those improvements, I just did what I thought would work at first, which is just reach out to a bunch of random people and start hanging out. And I thought that would be a cure for everything else that I'm facing, or I was facing. And I could have easily just said, I've tried, this is kind of how it is. Like I'll just have these super surface level relationships with every person I meet, and I won't develop any strong friendships and all that kind of stuff. I could have definitely done that. And it would have been okay, right? It would have worked for a while. It probably would still work till now. I just wouldn't have developed any really meaningful friendships, I don't think. And I would have been potentially settling quite a bit. And that's not what I want to do anymore. So instead of settling and things like that, I took it upon myself to figure out the things that I was struggling with personally, and try to also repair those while also not settling as far as friendships go. So I would try to hang out with people at least a couple times, always give people the benefit of the doubt. But if I could see that this was going to be like a one-sided relationship, or we just didn't click, or whatever the reason is, instead of still just saying, well, I guess this is just how it is, basically I just stopped trying with those specific people. And it's okay because we didn't really know each other at all. So same with kind of this floor. I'm fixing it now, doing what I can, so that in the future this problem doesn't persist, because all of our goals shouldn't be to fix these things short term, whether it's anxiety we feel when we're around bigger groups or smaller groups, whatever it is for you, but we need to actually fix them now and for good. I don't like doing the thing where I fix something for a little while and it's a temporary fix, and then I run back into the exact same problem year after year after year. And I did that for too long, and I don't want any of you to do that because it's very exhausting. Do whatever you can now to set yourself up for the future, to where, even if the future is only 6 months from now, but set yourself up so that you don't have to stress over this thing, because I promise when you fix this thing, the next thing will come up. And the more introspective you are, the more things you realize need work. And it's a never-ending process. So although there's no rush, try to fix that specific thing now. And if you see issues with that thing, just fix it. So thanks, everybody. Looking forward to talking to you soon. Bye.